Hey everybody, welcome back to another video with Gem Mint Masters. We have a PSA reveal for you today. And this is actually a really exciting one. This is going to be quite different from the ones I've done in the past because I have some really cool news to show. Something I tried recently in my grading strategy that I had never really done before. And I have to say, overwhelmingly positive results on it. And it's definitely changed my thinking going forward, but I'm gonna kind of save that for the end of the video. There should be a short one. There's only an 18 card order. I've got 4 cards here. These are the ones that are gonna be part of this exciting story I'm gonna share. So I'm gonna set these off to the side, and then at the end I'll show those one by one. These ones I'll go through first and talk a little bit about them. I'll kind of go through some of my thinking and numbers. And then I'll get to these other ones at the end. But basically, just to kind of give you a little preview of what those 4 are. Those are 4 crackouts. From one of them actually was a PSA crackout, and the other 3 were other companies. And I'll show you I have the old tags, the old grading tags with the grades and the subgrades and everything, and I'll show you kind of what they came to in PSA. So you might be able to kind of think a little bit about what that is already, but I'll save that for the end. Trust me, it's really cool. So, all right, anyway, let's go ahead and get into these. Pretty good results on this order, I would say. I'll just start really quickly by saying when I did the PSA pre-submission video for this order, I'd kind of said that my strategy has moved more toward quality over quantity. Back when the season started for football, I was subbing a lot of football cards, and I was probably a lot of lower end stuff. I will personally say that when I sub higher end stuff, I do take a much closer look at the cards. I really should be doing that with everything, but again, lessons learned. But in this order, you'll see the quality, I think, was there in terms of what these cards were, and then I definitely paid a lot closer attention to them. Some good and some maybe not as good as I would have liked, but I think overall good results. So, all right, let's go ahead and get into it. First card here, CJ Stroud, Laser Prism. I actually bought this from my buddy. I thought it looked really good. He thought it looked really good. I don't know why, but this one got a 9. There wasn't really anything wrong with it. Through my research, I'm seeing that it's really hard to get 10s on CJ Stroud for some reason in Prism. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, honestly. I think a lot of even Anthony Richardson, I've subbed a few of those. I don't think I've ever gotten a 10 on these. So this is a tough set to get in 10. So if you're trying to do what I'm doing and you do like the raw to grade strategy, you might have to kind of work at it to get what you're looking for. And, that's okay. It happens. All right, so we'll start a 9 pile here. This next one here. I do actually have a lot of prospective PC cards in here for myself. Brock Purdy is one of my PC players. I'm super excited about this card. I think I paid $120 for this at a show. This is a $400-ish card in a PSA 10, so I'm really excited about this one. This one looked really good. This Red Hyper, as you may know in Optic, is notoriously known for being off center, but I think the 2022 set was better than the 2021. Look at 2021, you'll see that they're just terrible. But this one I thought looked really good, so I'm excited. That one is going in my PC for sure. This one was kind of a random card. Weird timing, man, I tell you. Like, Anthony Richardson started out super hot before the season, then just kind of tanked when he got benched, but now he's kind of going back up again because he's a starter again, and he actually had a good game. So weird. This is not a card I plan on keeping. I was a little iffy on it too. You can see the centering left to right isn't the best. But I did sub this a while ago before he had gotten benched, thinking that either way it's going to be a good card. I got it for super cheap. But it's a 9. It's going to go on my eBay store if anybody's interested. Cool color match, I guess you could say, with the blue and white. Yeah. All right, next one here. Victor Wembanyama Tectonic. I pulled this on one of my rips on the channel. I've definitely, since you guys probably last heard me talk about Wemby, I have pretty much liquidated my entire Wemby collection. I'm not saying I'm giving up on him, but I just think Personally, I probably got in at the wrong time. His stuff has started to go down in value just because there's so much of it out there. I bought into the Wemby hype in the beginning. Luckily, everything I had I pulled out of packs. So I didn't spend a lot of money on, chasing raw or graded cards. But there is still a huge market for Wemby, and there will be. But I'm taking a little bit of a kind of backseat, I guess you'd say. I do still have a few Wemby cards, but I'm only keeping kind of the higher end ones. This one right here, I've actually already traded it on. If you haven't heard, maybe I'll talk about this on a later video, but there's a website called Veriswap. I am addicted to it. It is amazing. If you would rather trade than sell, go there. Hopefully they'll see this video. Maybe they'll make me a spokesperson. I love the website. It's super easy. It's super small fee that they charge when you make a trade. But again, if you like to trade instead of buy, you're not going to be forking over tons of cash. You just trade your cards. It's great. I love it. So that one I traded. And then I think there's another card in here I also traded. Here's a card I'm really excited about. This is also going in my PC. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is one of my PC players. I think I paid like $100 for this. I probably overpaid a little bit. I think it's a little easier to find this now, but it's still much more valuable than that in a 10. So I'm excited. You just can't find a lot of these out there. So if you're looking for 2017, 2018, even up to like 2020 with Anthony Edwards, it's hard to find this stuff. But this has kind of been my target lately. SGA, Brock Purdy. Here's another guy in my PC, Donovan Mitchell. A handful of guys. This one, man, I'm pretty ticked about. This doesn't make any sense. This card looked perfect. It is a paper card, so I don't know if there's just a harder grader on this. Like, everything about the centering is perfect. If you look at the corners, there's no whiting or anything. Even on the back, there's no whiting. I don't really see it if there is. Maybe a tiny bit, but not enough to bump it to an 8, I don't think. Funny story on this card, though. I actually purchased one graded for like $100, which I thought was a steal. I bought it like a month ago. He's playing out of his mind, and his team is playing out of his mind right now. So I think I picked that one up at a really solid time. I might have to stop picking up Mitchell's now because he's riding that hype train. So when that happens, the prices do go up. So this one will be on my eBay store. That one was an 8. A little disappointed in that one, but what can you do? All right, this is my second attempt on a PSA 10 now with this Anthony Edwards green Pulsar. You can see the centering looks amazing. Clearly I must have missed something, and I've got another 9, so I've gotten 2 9s. I'm going to keep at it, though. I want this card in a 10, and like I said before, I love raw to grade. That's my strategy. I'm going to try my hardest to get it done myself, so I'll just keep at it. I guess the other option would be, like I was talking about, to trade for a PSA 10. There's always that option, and there are a good amount of that particular card on that website. This next one here, I was a little surprised by. I got this along with the next card. I'll just show them both, I guess. I got these 2 blue velocities for super cheap on eBay. I got it from a seller. I got the pair for, I think, like 40, so like 20 bucks a piece, which I thought was good. Centering maybe a little off, top to bottom. I kind of saw that later on, but I thought they would at least both get 9s. This one got an 8, so that's really not going to do much for me, and this is a 9, so fun experiment. Tried it out, didn't necessarily work out, but that's just what happens sometimes. This, as you'll see when I get to the end of this order, you'll see this is a very strange order. That's all I'll say. Just wait until the end. All right, next one here is another card I pulled on one of my rips. I've actually subbed this. This is the second time, and I'm 2 for 2 on this one. This Lodestar Silver. I will sub pretty much any Wemby parallel that I pull, and like I said just a minute ago, I'm pretty much selling everything lower to mid end, so I will be selling this one. So if you're interested, check out my eBay store. Another one here, I'm 0 for 1. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander Pink Ice. I've got 2 more coming, so hopefully I've got better results on those 2. I'm hoping to just get 1 10 for the collection at least, and then hopefully if I get more, I can trade some, or trade into something else. This one got a PSA 9. Still not a bad deal. I mean, it's still kind of like almost a break-even situation, So again, when you think of a card that is, you know, you got to look at it and say, like, can I at least get close to break even on a 9? I think you'll be in good shape. You can feel good about that. Oh man, this next one, this was a heartbreaker for me. I was so nervous the whole time this card was out. Oh man, it's such an awesome looking card. I'm so tempted to just figure out a way to send it back to PSA and be like, regrade this for me. Donovan Mitchell, Pink Pulsar. This is the only one of these I've ever seen. 23 out of 42. Looking at the back, all the corners look amazing. Front corners look amazing. Surface looks amazing. Oh, man, I don't know. This is, I have this on my eBay store right now. I'm just kind of testing it out to see what the value is, because there just isn't any comps on this. You Google it, you probably won't find any available for sale, honestly. Only 12 have been graded, so it's kind of crazy. This was a once-in-a-lifetime kind of card. I bought it raw. I think I paid about $260 for it. If this would have been a 10, my guess was that it was like a $1,500 card. So if you think about, that's like a 5X, when a lot of cards you're lucky to get a 2X on them. I was really excited about this one. So I think the funny part is I think I can still make money on it. I think I can make a decent amount, but I don't know if I want to get rid of it because it's such a cool card. And Donovan Mitchell is one of my PC guys, but I would love to have it in 10, but you know, that's just what happens. But man, that is such a cool card. I was so excited to see it. Here's a funny one, because I think I mentioned this on my pre-sub video. This one got a 10. This is a Brock Purdy Prism Black Silver. I actually have one of these already, so I'll probably trade this one. But this had a little kind of blemish on the front, and I was like, oh man, I don't know. Everything else looks great about it. This is what's it gonna get. So this one gets a 10, but then my Mitchell gets a 9. You know, it's just the breaks sometimes. Yeah, so that's a cool one. I already have that one, like I said, in the collection, but so I'll probably just trade into something else. And here is another one. Victor Wembanyama Blue Prism. I was debating whether I should even send this. This one is weird. It is the Blue Prism, so it's a parallel. But this particular one only sells for like $50. The non-prism, so just the basic blue one, sells for like $35 to $40. So there's really only like a $10 to $15 upcharge or like delta on this one. But again, it was a card I had already. I pulled it out of a pack. I figure, why not? And you know, somebody can enjoy it. They'll have a nice Wemby 10 in their collection. So that's how we did. You can see the stacks are pretty even on the 9s and 10s, but we still have 4 more cards over here. And this is the most exciting part of the video. So if you stayed on until now, thank you, and you won't regret it. This was, again, a very, an interesting experiment that I wanted to try. And yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and start. We got a Shai Gilgeous-Alexander Optic Hollow. You can see this is the old tag from it. Gem Mint, 9.5. You can see the subgrades, 9.5, 9.5, 9, and a 9.5. I think a lot of people would be hesitant to crack something like this because they're like, oh man, it got a 9 on one of the subgrades. Does that mean there's no way I can get a 10? Well, I can tell you right now, you can. So I am super excited about this. I took a chance on it. When I cracked it out, I looked at this card and I thought it looked amazing. So I thought it had a good shot. Here's another kind of little tip for you. This is like a $300 card in a PSA 10. I paid $100 for this one. I got it on eBay and I was like, man, I'm just going to take a chance. $100 is close to the raw price. I think the raw price might be a little lower than that, but man, to be able to basically get a PSA 10, knowing that it had a really good shot at it for $100, I'm super stoked about this. So success number 1. That was my first time ever cracking a BGS slab. All right, so that was my first time cracking a BGS slab. So this one right here, this is my second time doing it. And as you can see on this one, there are no subgrades. So with BGS, you can get it graded with no subgrades. And I think from what I've found, a lot of times these sell for less when they don't have the subgrades because people don't know. They kind of want that guarantee that a bunch of 9.5s or maybe even 110 in there would be great. You just don't know with something like this. But again, I cracked it out. It looked good, and I took the chance, and it paid off. Super stoked about this one too. This one I actually picked up in a trade, but I traded it for a card that was worth around 150. And I think this is like a $300 card, so I think I did well. And I think for that card that was 150, I paid 50 for it. So I basically got this card for around 50 bucks. So super excited about that. All right, and then the last one here. So those were my first two BGS 9.5s, and then here is my last BGS 9.5. And then the other one you'll see is a little bit different. So you can see this one does have the subgrades. Another 9, same as the Shea Gildas Alexander, a 9 on the corners. I didn't think the corners looked bad at all on this one or that one. So again, like I said, if I thought it didn't look good, I probably wouldn't necessarily sub it, but I took a chance again on this one, and we got another 10. So literally my first 3 BGS crackouts, and we got 10s on all of them. So you can bet this is a strategy I'm going to keep trying, see how it goes. I believe I have 1 or 2 more cards coming actually in my next few submissions that are like this. So man, that was fun, I tell you. All right, last one here. This one's a little bit different. I wasn't sure about this one, but it was a card that I really wanted. I really wanted it in the collection. You can see it's the Press Proof Hyper. I think the pop count on this is like 5. It's something ridiculous. It might even be lower than that. I think it's 3 actually. This is the card that you can pull out of the complete sets. And the odds of pulling one of these were like at minimum 1 in 80 sets, which is crazy. So yeah, so when I got this card, I thought it looked amazing. I thought I got kind of shafted on the grade, so I was like, you know what, I didn't see anything wrong with it. I'm gonna crack it open. Let me just examine it, look it over. I didn't do anything to it, I can promise you that. I just looked at it and I was like, I don't understand. This looks amazing. There's nothing wrong with it. So I don't know what this really tells us, but I said I'm just gonna try it and see what happens. And so I did. And we now have a Gem Mint 10 on this, and I'm super stoked because Brock Purdy is one of my PC players. This is a super rare card. I don't even know the value on it because there's hardly any. I don't even think there's any sales records on it. My guess is like somewhere between the $400 to $600 range would be my guess. But this isn't one I'm going to be getting rid of, so I'm going to keep this one for quite some time. So I don't know if you guys are excited as I was, but man, super stoked on this order with those 4 crackouts. It's just something I had never tried, and you can bet I will be trying it again very soon. So all right, so we ended up with 10 PSA 10s, 6 9s, and 2 8s. So we did still get 10 out of 18. This is an 18 card order, 10 out of 18. So we're at like 60%, 50 something percent. So I'm happy with that. Yeah, thank you all for joining me. Hopefully you guys are as excited as I am about this. You can bet that some of these 8s and 9s will be on my eBay store, so if you're looking for any of them, feel free. A few of these 10s will be in there as well, and a few are going into my PC. But yeah, this was an awesome order, probably one of the best ones I've had in a while. As far as the quality of the cards, I'm just super excited to have these in my collection now. But yeah, more of this to come. Appreciate it. We're getting close to 300 subs, so I want to hear from you guys. Like, should I do a giveaway? Because I'm tempted to do that. I've never done that before. We're getting super close to 300 subs, and I'm definitely tempted. Maybe throw a slab out there as a giveaway or something. But anyway, I'll stop rambling. Thanks for joining me. Drop a like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you guys next time.